Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ. Kamehameha Schools, empowering Hawaiian keiki to explore, discover, and inspire. ABC Stores, a local company helping to transform education and develop Hawaii's workforce through bold learning initiatives like HIKI NŌ.
HIKI NŌ, Hawaii's new wave of storytellers.
Aloha and welcome to this special 2021 Spring Challenge edition of HIKI NŌ.
Each of us was on an award-winning team in this year's Spring Challenge.
And we are among the many students whose teams had just 4 days to create a story based on the theme, Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
This theme resonated with all of us because during this pandemic, heroes are emerging everywhere and from places you'd least expect.
The theme yielded diverse, sometimes surprising interpretations of what makes a hero.
The completed stories were scored based on how well they expressed the theme, how well the stories were told, and how well the production values enhanced the telling of the story.
Based on the cumulative scores, a team could receive an honorable mention or take third, second, or first place in their respective divisions, middle school or high school.
Now, sit back, relax, enjoy the winning stories from the 2021 HIKI NŌ Challenge, and find out where each story placed.
Here are the results of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge. Receiving one of 2 honorable mention awards given in the high school division is Hilo High School on Hawaii Island. Congratulations! Here is their interpretation of Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
Living in Hawaii, many people do not speak English as their mother tongue. Hilo High School teacher Mrs. Marino would teach the students English and high school curriculum. However, when school closed in March of 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, she was suddenly separated from her students.
We were coming off a very successful third quarter, and then fourth quarter, there was the shutdown. So during fourth quarter, we had lost touch with a lot of our students.
Next school year, it was decided that teachers would be teaching virtually. To make it possible, Hilo High School provided laptops and mobile hotspots to all students in need. Teachers then had to change the way they taught their classes.
For my students, it was the first time many of them had a computer at home or had Wi-Fi and can do their work at home. That was huge. This was the first time they're using the computer all the time and for academic purposes, not for social purposes. All of these small different steps to overcome this huge challenge.
Many of Mrs. Marino's students felt shy because they could not speak English very well. So she came up with a way to help them overcome their shyness and learn English using technology.
One of the innovative things I feel that we've done is using Anchor.fm. It's a free podcast app, and that's been a huge innovation for me and for my students, especially for my English learners.
Some vocabulary words are very difficult, and with podcasts, I had improved my English speaking.
When we were doing podcasts, they could barely hear me because I was shy. When we kept doing it, I started to improve, and I talk loud, and then my grammar improved as well.
Although podcasting was her idea, Mrs. Marino had a rough start in the virtual teaching.
I would say everyone would describe me as technologically challenged. I don't even use a cell phone. I had to learn to take a breath and breathe and not try to learn everything at once, because there's so much to learn. So I chose a few things and tried to get really good at it.
If teachers like Mrs. Marino are willing to learn new skills, make mistakes, and overcome challenges to make difference for their students, it is proof that not all heroes wear capes. This is King James Mingoba from Hilo High School for HIKI NŌ.
Next, the second of 2 honorable mention awards given in the high school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge goes to HP Baldwin High School on Maui. Congratulations! Let's see how they respond to the prompt, "Not all heroes wear capes."
Malika Dudley is an outstanding individual in our community who uses her gifts to better the community and those around her by sharing her stories and experiences.
And so at first it was just the sharing of a story, and I didn't know if I wanted to share the story initially. I almost didn't even tell my husband about it because I was really embarrassed and I felt so guilty that, I had something to do with the fact that my daughter choked. But he came home and it felt like the right thing to share it with him, and he said, "Malika, this could help people. You maybe consider putting it on your blog." And so I did, and then I just kind of sat on pins and needles. And I was scared. So even in your bravery, there is fear.
After Malika has shared her story, she gained the drive to become a certified CPR instructor to teach free CPR classes.
So I got certified, and I've been teaching these free CPR classes because the choking element of it is a part of a CPR class. So in that class, you teach CPR, infant, child, and adult. We also teach AED use, which is an automated external defibrillator. And then the last part of class, which is actually the shortest part of class, so it's so interesting that that's the part that really compels people to take the class, is about choking. And these days, it looks very different than it did when we were in person, but it's been such a cool process.
Due to Malika's CPR classes, one of her students, Allison Williams, gave someone the best chance they had to live.
Allison, that was my very first student who actually performed the life-saving techniques that I had taught her, which that alone was just so emotional for me.
Because of her past traumas and strong determination, Malika was able to create a safer community for others as a role model and hero.
This project is something that I want to do for a really long time, and it's something I'm passionate about, and it's something that I think will really help people, and that's what I'm so excited about.
This is Dodi Majiaga from HP Baldwin High School for HIKI NŌ.
No honorable mention awards were given in the middle school division, but the third place winner in the middle school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge is Maui Waina Intermediate School. Let's hear it for the team from Maui Waina and their take on the theme, "Not all heroes wear capes."
Gifts that you have for us to offer. Amen.
He looks at everyone as individual, as a human being, and not whether they're a drug addict or abusive person. She don't look at anybody in that way. She look at everybody as a human being, somebody's child, somebody's daughter, somebody's brother.
And this person with the power to see everyone as a human being is Lisa Darcy, the founder of Sharyamana, a nonprofit organization founded in November of 2017 to help address the continuing increase in those living unsheltered and bring recovery-based support to Maui County. But she never had to face a tougher challenge than this past year.
When the pandemic first, when everything shuttered at the in April, May, June, I was probably seeing up to 300 people a day. It was horrendous. It was people. It was like everything was locked, and people were just walking around like, "What do we do? What's going on? I don't have any food. I don't have any water." There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people being systemically excluded from a bare minimum of safety and hygiene and health, a bare minimum, and they're being excluded from that. And yet it seems to be just fine. And I'm like, that's not just fine.
And Lisa is at the head of this movement to bring Pu'u Ho'onua o Kanaha, a community about 75 to 100 houseless people near the Kahalui water treatment plant, together through weekly meetings to find their voice and give the support they need.
I mean,
tent, sleeping bags, blankets, whatever anyone needed, it's in that car. And I mean, like on other days, she'll take people to the doctor or take them to court, or even be a mediator between them and the police department. You mean, because some of them, to the lifestyle that we've gone through, we tend to not trust. So she's like that she plays a very big part in all of our lives.
And if not, I've got some in my car, and I'll be right there.
Share my mana. They have been here since, actually since before the quarantine. You know, when they all quarantined us, she was already with us, you know. And she was just hustling whatever she could do, you know. And we just appreciate her and love her.
Yeah, she is. And here, like, I actually, people say they love me. I'm like, I love you too. I genuinely feel a lot of love for this community. It's so authentic, and it feels so freeing to say, I love you, I'll see you tomorrow.
I mean, not just talking and no walk the walk, you know? She walked the walk and we walk with her.
Although the path they walk is uncertain, with Misa walking beside them, they will get there. This is Kapriana Nozaki from Maiwana Intermediate School for HIKI NŌ.
The third place prize in the high school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge goes to Kalaheo High School in Windward, Oahu. Way to go! Let's see how they interpreted the theme, Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
Tiffany Harada is the head coach of Kalaheo High School softball team. She dedicates her time as a leader and role model, running practice and helping to train and support her team's girls.
It has been the most rewarding experience for me to be able to work with all of these high school girls and go back to my alumni school and kind of give back.
When she's not on the softball field, she's working hard within the medical field at Adventist Health Castle. As executive assistant in administration and soon-to-be manager of volunteer services, she works on the front lines of Castle's COVID vaccination clinic. Tiffany and her team work to monitor and schedule appointments for vaccinations, as well as organizing hospital volunteers.
I absolutely love my work here at Castle. Here we're really a family. When we say that we love one another and we love what we do for one another, that definitely resonates. One thing to show for that is COVID. With COVID, you know, we weren't expecting a pandemic to hit, but the minute the pandemic had, you know, hit the news, we all rallied together and we all kind of pivoted and became flexible and started helping one another in whatever area.
However, when it comes to balancing her work and learning to navigate the pandemic, she's faced some challenges.
The biggest challenge for me has been trying to figure out, do I really have that much time in a day? You know, you work over 40 hours in a week, and then you still ask yourself, okay, well, do I still have time to go out to the softball field? And really, it's just prioritizing that, yes, I can. How am I going to do it? And I will do it.
Still applying her leadership skills and ability to lead a strong team, Tiffany's work ethic has allowed her to help make a positive impact in Kailua. As more people in Hawaii are qualified to receive vaccines and school sports restrictions are loosened, Tiffany Harada's selfless work as a frontline hero and leader will continue to help her community.
COVID has presented many challenges to everybody, not just us in healthcare or myself in general. I think we've all learned how to be resilient, be flexible, and just adapt to whatever's coming our way, and just knowing that at the end of the day, there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Tiffany's work in the medical and softball field shines light on the fact that anyone can be a hero with perseverance and dedication. This is Sora Chang from Kalaheo High School for HIKI NŌ.
And now for the second place award in the middle school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge. That honor goes to Chiefess Kamakahele Middle School on Kauai. Go Chiefess! Let's see what the theme Not All Heroes Wear Capes inspired in them.
When it comes to someone that you love very much and you look up to, you never want to hear that something horrible is going to take over their entire life.
In November of 2017, Amalia's dad was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a type of cancer that starts in your bone marrow and affects the bones, immune system, kidney, and red blood cells.
So after my dad was diagnosed with cancer, the doctor told us that in order for him to get better, he'd need to get a stem cell transplant. But first, he'll need to go through various different types of treatments, such as radiation therapy, and he started to take chemo meds for about a year, I'd say. That's when he had to do all that treatment here on island. After that entire year of medication and pretty much prepping for his transplant, our family made the decision to head on over to Seattle to take the next further steps that he needed in order to get to a treatable stage for him to get the transplant. There were long nights and days that he felt sick and he just didn't want to get out of bed, but in order for him to get better, he knew he had to go through all these treatments. So after transplant was successful, he recovered for about a week, and we were fortunate enough to actually go home, and it just felt really good, to finally know that my dad was okay.
Through her dad's experience, Amalia is inspired to give back and help others in the future who go through a similar experience like her dad's.
I'd always see kids going through such a difficult time similar to my dad, and it just made me sad, and so from this experience, I'm hoping, one day maybe I can help them, become a pediatric oncologist and finally be able to help kids who are going through such a difficult time that my dad went through. And even though I may not know what they're going through because I've never been through that state, I know what their friends and family has been going through when someone they love so much is being taken over by such a horrible thing.
What are you laughing at for? Get close. Like how her dad was a hero to her, Amalia hopes that one day she can be a hero for others. From Chiefus Kamakahila Middle School, this is Caitlin Lopez for HIKI NŌ.
Taking second place honors in the high school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenges, Maui High School. Congratulations! Let's watch their version of the theme, Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
A hero to me is somebody that you look up to, have respect for, and somebody that does, stuff for other people, not just for themselves, and somebody that sometimes risks their lives to help others. So that's what I consider a hero. Somebody that makes you feel good about who you are.
With that definition, heroes can be someone you never expect and often appear at unexpected times, especially when you need them the most.
They're like family, so you need to care and nurture them, in my opinion, just like your family. You take care of a loved one.
Wailuku resident and animal lover, Dennis Tamale enjoyed every minute spending with his 3 dogs, Muggs, Tita, and Kawani.
Awesome to have dogs to take on hikes and beaches or go on road trips like we have, and wonderful experience. I love my dogs. I love dogs, period.
This everlasting bond was tested on March 6th when he heard the news regarding one of his dogs, Tita.
The vet called and said she didn't make it. She woke up that morning and they took her out to go use the bathroom, and she kind of collapsed, and they tried to resuscitate her, and she didn't make it. Like I've heard people say, and sometimes I agree, that it's almost harder when your dog dies than a human being. So that was the hardest part. We was not expected when we were supposed to pick her up.
While Tamale was devastated, his 2 other dogs, Muggs and Kawani, came to the rescue to remind him that he was still needed and loved.
Just being there for me, honestly. Like I said, that unconditional love. They still happy to see me even though I'm hurting inside. I try not to show it to them too much, but I know they know, but...
In the end, through companionship and unconditional love, Tamale found his true hero was not a somebody, but rather his 4-legged ones.
When you come home to them, they're just happy to see you. I think, that's one of the biggest traits. That's what makes them so special to me, is the way they make you feel.
This is Noelle Lowe from Maui High School
for HIKI NŌ.
Ready? High five.
And now, the first place winner in the middle school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge is Iao School on Maui. Way to go, Iao School! Here is their award-winning story, inspired by the phrase, "Not all heroes wear capes."
Last year, Maui resident Kimberly Thayer decided to make the most of quarantine by creating a library that gives back to the community in a different way.
The Slipper Library is, I guess, a public service of sorts where people can drop off slippers, either a single slipper or a pair of slippers that would otherwise be thrown away, can come here, and then whoever is in need of one or two slippers can come and pick it up. I had noticed around town the little free libraries with books where you can come pick up a book and take a book, so I figured, hey, maybe we could do the same thing with the slippers.
Although small in scale, Kimberly's unique creation represents a heroic gesture that brings happiness to the Maui community.
I have gotten feedback about the library, and it's all been very positive. It ranges from people saying, oh my God, what a good idea, to, oh, we should put one of these in our neighborhood. There's people on Facebook and Instagram who say like, oh, what a good community project. Or, and some people get really excited when they drop off slippers. They'll like post it on their own Instagram and tag us and say, I finally did it, and here I am. So in that sense, it's spread a lot of joy, I think. And then for a lot of people, like there was one guy who stopped by and said he was going to the grocery store and one of his slippers broke. And he was with his son and he told his son, oh my God, I know exactly what to do. And the son didn't believe him and he pulled up here and was like, see, I got a new slipper now.
Although small in scale, Kimberly's unique creation represents a heroic gesture that brings happiness to the Maui community.
It makes me feel really good and gratified and happy that this simple little library is giving people some joy, and that it really is saving some people's day. Like there's been a bunch of slippers that have come through that have obviously found new feet to go home with.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and the library has not only brought footwear to people's feet, but positivity and cheer to its small community during these challenging times.
It's something fun every day, like when I come outside and I look like what new slippers are here and what stuff has gone away, and it's always like fun to see. But hopefully this brings inspiration and good feelings to others. And if it saves people's day, then that's the best thing that could come out of it.
This is Emma Jane Roy from Iao School for HIKI NŌ.
And finally, the first place winner in the high school division of the 2021 HIKI NŌ Spring Challenge is Kauai High School. Congratulations! Here is their award-winning interpretation of the theme, "Not all heroes wear capes."
We just need to be aloha. You know, we need to live aloha, we need to be aloha. And no matter what happens, we get through it. That's heroic in itself.
Here on the island of Kauai, at every public event, you can expect to see this man always with a camera in his hand and a smile on his face. This is Dennis Fujimoto, and he's out covering community events anytime, anywhere.
I work for the Garden Island newspaper, and I do a bunch of different things. You know, I cover sports, I cover community events, you name it. The job is, you know, it's not just being a reporter. You have to be involved in whatever you're doing.
Aside from writing articles, he gets his own column, The Happy Camper.
It's the real story. It's the story about you and the story about the guy down the road, and that's basically it. It's, you know, it's like we talk story.
Even after decades of reporting in the community, Mr. Fujimoto continues to meet and report on new people, with every day being different from the last.
This morning, I started out, I did Kauai Senior League softball, and that was a great game, by the way. I had to do the the Puhi, the Grow Farm Farmers Market. That involved working with students from Chief's Kamakahele Middle School. And of course, I'm here down at tennis. And then tonight, right after this, I go up to Koloa for, it's a night market. And this is the first time they're doing that.
Never taking a day off, Dennis Fujimoto is a local hero for the people of Kauai. Besides bringing publicity through reporting, he also brings smiles through his interactions and conversations.
I don't consider myself to be a hero. I'm just another guy that's doing whatever he gets paid to do.
Too humble to see himself as a hero, Mr. Fujimoto believes that everyone he meets is a hero.
No matter where you go, no matter what you do, there's heroes. As an example, this tournament. I mean, someone had to do this. That makes that person a hero. All of these players, I mean, they're deprived of a KIF season. So someone had to say, okay, we're going to do this. And look at that. They're all benefiting. They're having fun. They get to do the exercise. They get to, you know, be an athlete again.
Heroes can be seen everywhere and anywhere. Although they may not wear capes, you can always catch this hero rocking his beige vest. This is Kate Nakamura from Kauai High School for HIKI NŌ.
Thank you for watching this special 2021 Spring Challenge edition of HIKI NŌ.
We hope you enjoyed watching these award-winning stories as much as we enjoy creating them.
Each of us is deeply honored with the recognition our story has received.
And we were thrilled to be able to shine a spotlight on everyday heroes.
These stories give us the hope that there's a hero inside everybody.
It just takes a special circumstance or opportunity for our heroes to emerge.
Be sure to tune in next week for more great stories from heroic storytellers on HIKI NŌ.
Can do.
Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ. Kamehameha Schools, empowering Hawaiian keiki to explore, discover, and inspire. ABC Stores, a local company helping to transform education and develop Hawaii's workforce through bold learning initiatives like HIKI NŌ.